All right, welcome back to episode 4 of the PitCrew Podcast, where we bring the excitement of live music to your ears. I'm Erik.
And I'm Claudio. We're finally fucking back.
It has been, who fucking knows how long since we've recorded. It's been a long time. We've
But
been busy.
we're finally here trying to deliver something nice. We've been waiting so long to deliver something like good.
Yeah, and I'm done making promises about when we're gonna come out with another one, just to not put pressure on myself. We're just gonna, whenever we get to it, it's gonna be the best that we can, basically.
Yeah.
Is our plan, instead of trying to meet a deadline that we didn't reach anyways. But how have you been since we last recorded, besides what we're gonna talk about today?
I've been good, bro. Just doing school, trying to finish the quarter right now. Getting ready for the summer. About to be a good summer.
When is it?
Like
like
2 weeks.
Damn, this one really flew by. Like, I've barely even.
I'm saying, time to be going by so fast nowadays. It's crazy. But yeah, bro, and then just trying to do that. What about you? How have you been?
I've been good. Just working. I've actually gone to a couple concerts since we recorded last. I don't remember if I talked about going to eat last time.
Yeah,
Did I?
I think you did.
Well, I did that, and I also saw Highway, which was dope. It was like it was a concert because he released his debut album. It was, so he just like performed the whole thing, and then he did all his other songs after that. So it was pretty dope, and it was in like a super small venue. Like, is that the Crockett or no? Fuck,
Yeah.
what's it called?
Nemo's?
Yeah, but it was like way down below, like literally like 2 flights of stairs down, and there's like another like bar there, type shit, with a little stage, and that's where he was.
Really?
Yeah, and like above us there was like another like stage, and then above us was the main floor with another stage. That shit was crazy. I've never been inside that part of, because Numos is on the front, but where it was, I was on the back side of the building, like around the corner, and then way down below. But that shit was dope. He was good. And then I also saw Homicide Gang at the Crocodile, which I'd never been there either, and it was pretty dope. Like, the stage was probably as big as the showbox, but it was like built into the wall. Like, they came out from behind or like underneath.
Kind of like a theater.
Yeah, but it was the floor was like really small. It was kind of wide and pretty short, and then they just had like a bar on the back wall, and then like 2 exits kind of on either side of the bar. But that shit was hella fun. When I got in there, there was like a DJ to come out first, and I went in there like 8:30 or something, so he had already gone, and hella motherfuckers already had their shirts off and shit. And I was like, yo, like, who did I miss? Did somebody come out before this? And they're like,
who's the DJ?
No, bro, this just a DJ. I was like, God damn,
it was lit.
Yeah, that shit was lit, honestly. And
I could imagine.
Yeah,
he probably had the cuts on.
They did, bro, honestly, because the DJ came out again for a little bit before the opener, Sid Shine. He was pretty lit. I've never seen him live.
I mean, I went to a concert on Friday. I forgot. I went with my family. It was super fun. I saw Mana, a Spanish rock band. That shit was super lit, bro. It was like really nostalgic because like it was like music that I've like listened to with my family for so long, and to finally see them live was crazy, and it was so dope because they were like doing it live, you know. It was.
That's fire. Like, I mean, it's like a rock band, so everyone's all like got an instrument in there.
Bro, that's like it was like top tier. Like,
that's fire, bro.
But like the drummers have the fucking filthy. He was just going crazy. That shit was dope. And then, yeah, it was so nice to just go with my family, like all of them. I like going with.
Yeah, did your grandpa go?
Nah, my grandpa's in Honduras.
Damn.
Yeah.
Better
because
than everyone else.
Yeah.
Where did the baby come?
No.
Where's the baby? Just
with the dad.
Got him.
Yeah. It's family time.
Be like that.
But yeah, that's about it.
For sure. So today we don't have a whole lot much planned besides talking about our trip to Coachella, because that show.
It was crazy. It was. We went the second time. This was the second time, and it was a completely different experience.
Yeah,
and it was so much fun, and it was so crazy. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, oh my God, I just want to get into it. So, if you don't know what Coachella is for some reason, Golden Voice, which is the company, presents in Indio the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival. And it's dope because not only is there like 7 or 8 or I don't know however many stages, but they have a bunch of, I think like 5 or 6 giant art installations that were completely different from what we saw last year.
They're always different every year. It was so dope.
I like the ones from this year too. I think my favorite one was like the like wiggly statue.
Oh yeah.
And it, like when you walked around it just like looked.
It was like a straight line.
Yeah.
But it was a continuous line, but it was going. It was a dope sculpture.
Exactly. That shit was fire.
I think mine would have to be the balls.
Oh, the purple ones that are like spinning and
yeah. That
one was fire.
Because everybody on that stage was like pink for some reason, and it was just perfect.
Because it was like they were hella shiny, so all the light was like just blasting off of them back onto the crowd. That shit was dope. The headliners this year were Bad Bunny, Calvin Harris, Blackpink, Frank Ocean, and Skrillex, Fred Again, and Fortet on a back-to-back-to-back set. And weekend 1, Frank Ocean performed, and we went weekend 2, so we got to see Skrillex, Fred Again, and Fortet. And that was like, that's one of my favorite like sets or concerts that I've seen. That shit was fire. We saw Fred Again our first time when we went to Coachella, and he was just like on a tiny side stage, and we didn't know who he was.
It was a little tent.
Yeah, it was just a little tent, and we didn't even know who he was. We just saw hella people were dancing, so we were just like, let's go see.
We were just walking around. We didn't have anything else to do, and we just pulled up.
We said, let's go see what's going on, and
he ended up being one of our favorites last year.
And this year, it was dope to see him on the main stage to close out the whole festival.
That was so crazy, to finally, like, the first time some like DJ really headlines the festival.
Yeah, like the headliner, like that. I really enjoyed it.
And for us to be there was like so crazy.
Exactly, and like just like the trio of them is like Skrillex and Fortet, who are like Fortet is even older than Skrillex, and he's been doing EDM for even longer than him. And Skrillex is like just like the EDM legend before, and Fred again just like the like the up and coming. So that shit is just crazy to be able to see them like that. They're just that's what they do. That's just an act that they be going all over the place and doing.
Yeah, we went the second weekend. That was April 21st through the 23rd, but weekend one was April 14th through 16th.
Yeah, I remember last year when we went on Sunday, it was Easter. The first weekend always falls on Easter.
On Easter Sunday.
Yeah. It's at the Empire Polo Grounds, which basically is just a bunch of flat grass fields in the middle of the desert in Indio. I was trying to describe where it was in California. It's like just like
by
southern,
Palm Springs.
Yeah, it's close to Palm Springs. That's a more notable city.
Where that is.
So like we said, we went last year, and we had a lot of fun, and we obviously expected Coachella to be a great experience because we enjoyed it so much last time. But like Claudio was saying, this time it was like completely different. Like in every aspect, it was a different experience. Last year, the first time that we went, we saw a lot of rappers and like a couple DJs, like literally like just like a couple DJs, like Fred again and Disclosure, and I don't know, and Swedish House Mafia. But that was about it. Everyone else was like rappers or like a singer. But this time, we saw a lot more DJs, and there was only like...
We were just dancing.
We were just dancing a lot more dancing. And I was honestly more tired and sore like this time than I was last time. And I don't know if it's because I think dancing takes more...
shaking my head.
My knees were just killing me.
But honestly, it's
both from just like stepping side to side and fucking standing for 10 hours a day.
I feel you, bro. It's understandable.
Just jumping around like I don't know. This time we also saw a lot more acts than we did the first time, I feel like. So we were on our feet and just walking around a lot more.
Yeah. So we're really pushing. This year, we went with my brother.
Mm-hmm.
It was really dope to finally have a festival or go to a festival with one of my family members, and it was dope. We went to day one, and we saw. I think we saw.
It was Dombresky.
Dombresky was crazy.
Fire. I think Dombresky is a really good DJ.
It was a great way to start the...
Honestly, it was really good vibes. It's just like... Imagine just some... Well, he's a house DJ, so imagine house music like you would listen to in a club, but it's like 3 p.m. and it's 90 degrees outside.
And it's day one and everybody's
lit. But you're still
everybody's
dancing.
Pulling up lit as fuck.
Literally, everyone...
Ready to dance.
Because he was like one of the very few, or I mean not few, one of the very beginning sets at the beginning of the day. On the Sahara tent, which is like
the best thing
stage.
about that stage is that it's right in front of the entrance, so
literally
everybody walks in and the music's going, so they just go there first.
Yeah,
because they don't have anything. It's so early that they don't have anything to go watch, so they just like ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Experience,
and especially since it's right next to the entrance until you get way in like dead center of the festival, and the grounds is huge festival. Like I've only been to Rolling Loud in Coachella, but Coachella is at least like twice the size of Rolling Loud. Like
yeah,
like
nothing to compare.
That shit is crazy.
But it was honestly really dope just to like see him and vibe, and everybody was so lit. The crowd was going crazy.
I hadn't heard of him until we were like looking into the lineup to like make a playlist and start listening to the music, and then so to see him live after like just like figuring out about him, that shit was dope.
It was dope, honestly.
And
I sent you a couple of songs and
we
didn't know, we didn't understand what his capability was.
Exactly. Yeah, it's because it's different when you see him live, and he's playing
mixing
just not his
live.
songs. Yeah, that's the best part about the DJs is all the different songs that they play. And I kind of felt the same about Mala, which is the next act that we saw. It was another DJ. He was good as well.
Yeah, that one was dope because he's kind of more like a hip hop kind of DJ because he has, well, like a mix because he has a bunch of features.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of house, but it's a different type of EDM because instead of like a singing feature or just sounds or something like that, like you were saying, he's got features with like Fabio Foreign and
I think it's Ghostface Killer, and then there's like a different one with a girl that I don't remember her name, but a lot of good songs. I listened to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's dope.
He was good.
He just has. It's kind of like you're listening to just the rap song, and then the beat on the background has a little bit of like house in it, and then the beat drop happens, and it just changes.
Instead of like a chorus,
yeah,
there's a beat drop, basically. Who did we see next?
And then we went to go see Pusha T.
Oh, yeah.
Pusha T was dope.
Pusha T is...
We went to Coachella.
Pusha T was dope. He had, like, behind him on stage a big-ass snow globe with, like, a street sign instead of Welcome to Coachella. It said Welcome to Coachella. It had, like, palm trees in it and shit. He was dope. Pusha T is always good. I love Pusha T. He's a good act.
This is the second time we saw him, but it was definitely dope to see him again.
Different at Coachella.
Yeah.
Different at Coachella with the big crowd, everybody into it.
Yeah. The bad thing was that he was having some malfunctions.
Oh yeah, he
they
was.
Cut his set short a bit.
Yeah, well, yeah, just because it took him so long to fix his shit, he had to go when he had to go. He didn't get to do all of the songs, so that kind of sucked. But he still did good with what he had.
After that, we went back and ate.
Yeah, we were camping at Coachella, and so the beauty of that was in between when there wasn't somebody who we wanted to see, we can go eat and like sit and rest. And
I mean, there were still people that we wanted to see, but we just had to go eat.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but instead of having to like pay for all the expensive festival food and then find a spot in the shade on the ground inside, we can go sit at our campsite.
What did we eat the first day? I don't even remember.
We made quesadillas, no?
That was the day I made the quesadilla?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Because on Saturday I made burgers.
And then on Sunday
you made tacos. Yeah.
But
after Pusha T, we went and saw K Tronada.
Yeah, after coming back.
Yeah, which he was really dope to see live. He brought out her and Anderson .Paak. That shit was dope.
It was crazy. I was really excited to go see him. I've been listening to a couple songs for a while from him, but I didn't listen to a lot of it until recently when I was getting ready for Coachella, and I was really going into it, and finally seeing him live was a really cool experience.
Yeah, his music is unique because he uses like a lot of like real instruments, but it's like electronic music. He
just chops it up and makes it sound different.
Exactly. He definitely has his own sound. After that, we saw Metro Boomin, and that was
Metro Boomin, make it boom.
Metro Boomin, make it boom boom. But that shit was hella dope.
It was crazy.
That was probably my favorite set of that day, because he brought out Future, he brought out Don Toliver, he brought out
The Weeknd.
He brought out Offset.
I mean, what more could you add?
Do you need more? Like, what more do you need? He had 27 people with the trumpet on stage, like
others with violins.
Bro, I'm saying that shit was crazy.
It was dope
to see Future and Don Toliver doing the songs off of Heroes and Villains is like at the same time. I can't save you. Bro, oh my god, that shit was that was what I was looking forward to.
It's 40 in the car. I let it spin.
I told Claudio and Marcelo before we pulled up that was the act that I could not miss. Like, whatever else we
all
saw
had
that
one
weekend,
act that we had to see in there.
That was my act that I could not miss.
Yeah.
You had to pull up with me to be there. And it delivered. Like, even though I had seen all those people live before, to see, like, I mean, I love that album, and it's like brand new. So to see him do all those songs, and then even Metro Boomin just played all the cuts that he had produced, and that shit was dope. And if you've seen pictures or videos on Instagram, he had a fucking giant crowd, like.
Oh yes, it was humongous. The Weeknd too. It was.
They said
it was like 22K, right?
It was It was even more than that. It was like.
Bro.
I think it was like 60 or like 80 or some shit like that. 60 or 80K, because it was like all the way. The whole Sahara tent was full, all the way past the Ferris wheel, and like into the whole middle, like where all the food stands are right there.
And full. People were still coming in.
Yes, and people were still entering from the entrance right there, and just like pulling up right behind, trying to walk through the crowd to get in. And we were
right up front on the right side.
Hella close to the front, and we didn't even realize that it was that packed until like the next day when we saw the post.
Yeah.
Because after
right when it ended, we sprinted over to go see Bad Bunny himself.
That's one of my favorite parts of the festivals, is just like running across to get to the next stage, just like weaving through people.
The adrenaline rush.
Yeah, it's just
you're like, we gotta go,
bro. And then you get there and you just pull up, and we always have a spot in the front, and then like 5 minutes goes by, and then Bad Bunny comes out. That shit was
so lit. Bad Bunny came out. He brought out 4 legends of reggaeton, and they performed I think 1 or 2 songs, and they left. And then he brought out the guy that sings Feliz Navidad.
The guy who wrote it. He invented that shit. He cooked it up. That shit was crazy. And he's blind.
He's blind?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Bro, he's blind. That's why he was just sitting there, and they were taking the guitar out of his hand, and then somebody would come walk up, and they were setting a different guitar in his hands. And he's just like...
I just thought only couldn't really do it.
Because he was blind.
That's crazy.
Because he's fucking blind.
But he was going in. That's crazy.
He's playing the guitar blind. That's what I'm saying. He made Feliz Navidad. That shit, when you told me that, I was like...
Bro, my brother told me that. I don't know. Honestly, we're going to have to fact check it.
I mean,
But...
We would have to fact check. Do you know what his name is?
Nah. We can look it up. It's got to be somewhere. It's not like we were the only people that saw it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll put the text on the screen. We'll look it up later. It's just gonna say it.
Like, we were wrong on the bottom.
He did not make Feliz Navidad.
But then he brought out Jaco, and they did like 2 more songs, and then he closed out the night with like fireworks.
Yeah, Bad Bunny had a really good set. He brought out, just like you're saying, a bunch of people. He did a lot of songs that I knew, and he didn't do a lot of songs that I knew as well. Like, he did a lot of songs that I didn't know, and even still, like, he's a good performer. He did like an outfit change, and that shit was lit when he was on the palm tree. Like,
floating across the floor.
Because for when Bad Bunny performed, there was the stage, and instead of like a runway, it was like just people, and then there was a little stage in the middle, so he rode across on like an island with a palm tree on it, and was on the middle stage with the old man, and then he went further to the back one, and he brought out the Jaco at the end.
And then they were on the jet skis, and they came all the way back.
Yes, he rode jet skis all the way back, both of them. The shit to the main stage. That shit was gas.
Like, what did you think? How was your experience with like the crowd? Since like you didn't really know the songs, and it was like a different language. It was the same.
I mean, I was dancing. I mean, I had fun. Like, I feel like the people around us were, like, into it.
You know, because I was just, like, paying attention. You know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really remember. We were just, like, we were all just vibing, dancing. So I was chilling, you know.
That's the good thing about Coachella is, like, everybody just, honestly. Like, especially for the last acts, everybody just, like, goes. Everybody's, like, expect everybody to have fun.
Yeah, everyone's gonna pull up. But like I was saying, like, I knew some of the songs, so I was singing along. I didn't know all of them, but even though I don't know, it means I don't speak Spanish. I was
no, exactly. I just wanted to hear what you thought. You know, yeah. For the audience, you know,
that shit was dope.
For them that don't know Spanish, that are like, maybe I'm trying to go see Bad Bunny, but.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know Spanish, and he was really good he deserved to be a headliner. You know, he closed it out for a reason. Weekend 2, they just like, if you go to weekend 1, it's like, if you want to be like on your influencer shit, you're gonna take pictures and everything, but weekend 2, there's a lot more people that go, because there's a lot of people who they just want to like watch and experience the show, and they fix all the kinks, and Bad Bunny definitely did a better show the second weekend,
because he didn't bring out only Post Malone,
literally, and then like roast him on stage
and then pour out his feelings about Kendall Jenner. Like, bro,
that's what I'm saying. But day 1, that was dope.
It was definitely a great way to start the weekend.
That's the words I was looking for. Day 1, it was exactly what I was asking for the first day of the festival.
The crazy thing is that day 1 always just smacks you in the face. You don't even, you're like, let's go, we're here, we're crazy, let's go. Literally, and then it's just
at the end, you're like,
what the fuck?
You're like, do we really want to go to the silent disco still? I am fucking gassed.
I'm trying to go to bed.
Literally, I was supposed to put the air mattress up, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna sleep in the car instead. I'm not trying to set that shit up.
I just laid on the fucking sleeping bag on the floor.
But I tucked you in the first night. That shit was funny as fuck. Oh my god.
Hey.
Good times. Good times.
Good times.
But who was the first person that we saw day 2?
Day 2 the first person that we saw was Kenny Beats.
Kenny Beats.
The GOAT himself. That was crazy, bro. Another great DJ just to start the day off.
Honestly, I was telling you beforehand that Kenny Beats, and he is just like a hip hop DJ. So just like an EDM DJ. Instead of playing EDM songs, he's playing hella hip hop songs from hella different, like from the 90s and the 2000s and like current day. Like that shit was really good. A really good performance. The crowd was going like the crowd was lit.
The crowd was going like crazy.
For a DJ, like for nobody singing, like that shit was dope. And I love how he had hella people up on stage with him. So many people
on the stage.
Like famous people too. Like I was looking on stage and there's hella people that I like recognize. Like I've seen them, like influencers or like other DJs. Literally, that shit was fire.
It was super lit. I love how he just plays hip hop songs and mixes them up, does what he wants. He's just out there playing his playlist, bro. Like when I made the playlist and you were like, what are all these songs? These people are not gonna be at Coachella. I was like, exactly. It's Kenny Beats, bro.
It's Kenny Beats. Exactly. I remember him saying that like these were the songs he would play if he was throwing a party and all the people on stage are just his friends. Like, so we're just gonna have a good time, and that's exactly what it was. That was a great way. Like after eating like lunch or whatever, like, you know, like you're just ready you're finally barely recovering from day one, like you got some energy back in you. That's a great way to start.
Some drink in you.
Exactly. You're feeling the best at the beginning of the day, and that was a great way to start with Kenny Beats. And then I think
that's when we went back and ate.
Yeah, we went back again.
Or we just went back to get some more drink.
Yeah, because there was like an hour gap until Rosalia.
Oh yeah, and then we went to Rosalia because my brother wanted to go.
Yeah.
But it was honestly really good. It was dope.
She's a good performer. I mean, I don't know any. Exactly. I don't know any Rosalia songs, but she's a good performer. She had dope visual and like her
performance was honestly
worthy of being on the main stage. Definitely worthy of her spot on the main stage.
She said it was her 4th time there at Coachella.
Yeah.
So it was dope to see her evolve because I'm pretty sure that was her first time on the main stage, and she sings like no backtrack.
Yeah.
Does it all. I was. Like, we're about to rate it later, and she's an honorable mention type shit.
Yeah, she's a really good performer. She's a really good singer, and she was singing, like in English and in Spanish.
She did Blinding Lights.
Yeah, because she has a remix of that song, and so she sang like the chorus.
Erik was like, no.
I was like, yo, I know this song.
Ding 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 ding. He wanted to start dancing.
I was dancing. Don't get it twisted.
Like The Weeknd.
Oh no, yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking in my head.
But after that, we
saw Eladio
Carrion,
which was dope. He's a Spanish rapper.
He's a
reggaeton artist. Yeah, and that shit was dope.
It was honestly dope.
I like him because he has features with a lot of American or like English speaking rappers.
Yeah, the album he just dropped, it had mostly all the features were just American rappers. So it was really dope to hear him and them collab on something.
Yeah,
and it's
because he sings in English and in Spanish, like
it goes good.
It goes good. Even like by himself, he'll like mix English into his songs sometimes. So he's a he's just like a unique artist, or like as far as a reggaeton, I feel like I don't know. I'm not the most tapped in with reggaeton artists, but
no, he's definitely. I feel like he's definitely up and coming. My sister really. I think that's her favorite artist, and she's the one that really introduced me to him, and that's why I went to go see him. And it was, like you said, it was really dope. I really enjoyed it. His visuals were amazing, and the vibe was dope.
He brought out, who did he bring out?
Ooh, he brought out Anuel.
Oh yeah, I was like, yo, I know who this is. That shit was dope. That shit was fire. That little stage that he was on too was hella dope. It was like some.
It was the tent. I feel like that's the tent that Fred again was at.
It definitely was. Yeah, it was that like with the tent with the red like. Top
oh wait, right here we have the name. It's the Gobi.
The Gobi tent. The Gobi tent. That shit is fire. I'm pretty sure that's exactly where Fred again was last year, because it's like. Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. It's a long. It's the biggest small stage. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. It's the biggest one. That's not like
the outdoor stage.
One. Yeah, exactly. And that was dope. After Claudio, we went and saw Eric Prydz.
Yeah.
He was really good. He is known for his crazy ass visuals on the screen. He does this cool thing where he's like standing behind the screen, or at least at Coachella he was like standing behind the screen, and sometimes the light would shine on him, so he would so you could see him through the screen through whatever projection he was showing, and then other times they would turn it off, and so you wouldn't see him, and you would just see like the big ass robot thing, or like the hand.
Oh like my goodness, the hand was crazy.
Or they took the light away, and then like the hand like opens, and then the light turns on, and then like he's standing there and the beat drops, and you're like, ah! That shit was dope. He had one of the best visuals of the festival.
Like. Honestly, it was so crazy. The one with the military lasers.
Yeah,
that one is crazy.
He's like looking down at the screen and following a laser on the screen, but then the laser's also like panning across the crowd. That shit was dope.
And he has another one where it's a phone recording the crowd, and you can see the reflection of the crowd.
Yeah, like the back of the phone is like a mirror. So imagine an iPhone, and then everywhere that's not the camera is like a mirror of the crowd. So it's like spinning, and that shit is fire. It's like got the flash on, like, and the lights go hella bright. And, like when it switches at the end, that shit is really, really, really cool. And to wrap up Saturday was Calvin Harris, who just played like every single song.
All the cuts.
You would, even if you don't know, if you listen to the radio, like you would know every single song that he played. Like
exactly.
Just banger after banger after banger. There's not much more you can say. Like
having memories of your childhood the whole entire time. The shit's
flashing me back to like middle school and shit when it's coming out. It's just like, oh, it was really cool. That's another one of those artists where it's like, he's like one of the EDM DJs, you know, like that everyone would know from our time at least. Like
he was the one artist that Coachella had returning. That they always have one artist.
Yeah, because he wasn't like the headliner. I guess for Saturday it was Blackpink, but
we unfortunately didn't go. We wanted to catch a glimpse, but we were just
we didn't end up being able to see him. But Calvin Harris ended up being the person to close out on the main stage on Saturday, and it was well deserved. He did a really good performance. He had good visuals. The screens were hella big.
It was like the Swedish House Mafia.
Yeah, very similar. I don't know. He just played all the good songs. Like there's not a song that I couldn't ask for more.
Honestly, day 2 was another great day. It was. Mm-hmm. By the end of day 2, I was like, what more can I ask for? Right?
Exactly.
I've seen what I've seen. I could honestly die right here.
It's like, who was the person who you couldn't miss?
I think it was Kate.
So literally by that point, you're like, I'm good.
Yeah, because he was the only main one that I really hadn't seen that I wanted to go see so bad.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. So on Sunday, the first person who we saw was LP Gobi, who's a DJ.
Oh, we finally made it to the U, man.
Yes, bro.
It was so nice. If we would have fucking found that shit.
On day one, that would have been, on day one, it was like 100. Like, it was just so fucking hot.
It's a huge AC
the Yuma room. It's like it's an indoor like
gym
basically, and it's just got like, it's like a little boiler
lights
room type
everywhere
stage.
Yeah, and
it's got different DJs on it, and
it's got the Disco Shark.
Yes, its fame is it's got hella disco balls, and above like where the DJ stands, it's a giant disco shark, a disco ball in the shape of a shark. And that shit is fire. And I was glad to see it, because our first time that we went, we didn't end up going in there.
We didn't find it.
We couldn't find it because the grounds was so fucking big. It's unbelievable.
And there's so much shit to do, you just get lost. Trying to, you're just like, fuck it, I'm here, but let me just do this real fast.
That's what I'm saying. You just end up finding other stuff.
We can do it later.
Exactly.
And then you never do it.
You never get around to it because there's just so much to do.
This year we ended up finally going into the tower, even though last year they said it was gonna be the last year.
Yes,
right?
Yes. I
can recall that.
Last year, or the first year that we went to Coachella, it was the first year back since COVID, and I was doing like hella research, like watching hella videos, and like just like watching and following news of surrounding it and shit, and they were definitely saying that the iconic like rainbow tower that you get to walk up in, that's always like dead center of the festival grounds, they were gonna take it out and change it for something else. But then this year we pulled up and it was there again, and which is good. I'm not complaining, because the first year we did just like we were saying, like, oh, we'll do it later, we'll do it at the end, we'll save it for the end.
There's always a fat ass line.
There is always a fat ass line, but this year when we went, we just
Eric was like, fuck it, we're gonna go right now.
We're gonna go. Like, we don't have anybody to see, and we're gonna go.
I guess we gotta go.
We had to go because we had to go get that shit done.
It was dope.
That shit was really dope. But after LP Gobi, we saw Pierre Bourne, who, I mean, I don't like know a whole lot of Pierre, like of his songs. I thought he was gonna play like some of the songs that he produced, but he ended up just playing only songs where he raps, which is, that's what he wants to do, to promote his rap career.
That's why I honestly
what I was expecting.
Didn't really enjoy it, even though I did like it. I didn't enjoy it because I was expecting more from him.
I agree. I was definitely expecting more. It was a little disappointing. Like, I mean,
that's why I've never gone to see him on tour, because I know he's just gonna play his like album, and it's not that it's bad music, but it's like average.
It's just like, I don't know.
His beats are so good, but it's, I don't know.
And like, he doesn't have a DJ, so he'll just play like the whole entire song. So by the end of the song, everyone's just kind of like,
basically,
like everyone just kind of loses attention because he's not.
He's really trying to push the whole song.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because he doesn't have like a whole big discography of music by himself, and like the discography that he has, like all the songs are short. So. But
it is what it is. He does have some cuts I really did like. I like when he does Couch, when he does Drunk and Nasty, when he does Switching Lanes, when he does Poof.
Those are bangers.
Like, He did all those, and those were dope. I had a great time. It's not like I didn't have a good time.
No, yeah, exactly.
But who did we see next?
The next person that we saw was Ray Shremmerd. Ray Shremmerd. We saw Ray Shremmerd next.
I ain't got no time.
This set was funny because after Pierreborn, there was like a fat ass like 2-hour break until the next person that we were gonna go see. So we went back again to the camp, and we went back in a little early to walk around, and I wanted to go look at the record store that they have there, because that was another thing that we didn't do the first year that we went. And that time we ended up leaving in such a rush. I had my Birkenstocks on. We walked back in the festival that time. I was like,
he was in his Birks in the middle of the grounds.
Press. Because I had to fucking walk all the way back, jog all the way back before Ray Shremmerd started. And then
he said, how am I gonna go into the pits with my Birks?
Literally. I didn't end up going into the pits because there weren't any pits. But it was good. It was good. And then they did Marlene's gone cold no more. And I dipped. I'm like,
my dick went limp.
There's no other way to describe it. Like, Ray Shremmerd has so many good songs, but like, that is not one of them.
They had many good songs.
That is like one of the worst songs ever made. I could confidently say.
I don't know how Slim Shady
approved that. That shit is crazy to me. I would not
There's
have cleared
no
that.
way.
I would not have cleared it. So when they did that, we left and we walked over to Caliucci's. That's why I got confused. But she's good. We saw her before. We saw her before.
We saw her at Tyler.
Yeah, she opened for Tyler, the Creator, but it was good to see her on the main stage. She's a really good performer, a good singer, and she has like good choreography with all her dancers and shit. It was good. She did like, I know a couple Caliucci songs. She did all the cuts.
Honest. It was dope. I really like her.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. Like, she doesn't have like any like crazy she's like, she's really chill.
It's kind of like Rosalia. She was like, it's just a good performance.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she's not like my favorite. Like I said, I don't know a bunch of songs, but
she sings.
She's a good singer.
She sings with no backtrack and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's always good to listen to someone sing with no backtrack.
And actually sing, yeah.
Like literally, like really sing. That's why I like her, because that's what she does. That's what she did when we saw her before. So that shit was dope. After her, the next person we saw was Fisher and Chris Lake do the back-to-back set. That shit was fire.
Crazy to close out the outdoor theater. It was dope.
That one was a lot of fun. Honestly, I really enjoyed. Like, I hadn't known or been put onto them before this, so that was my first time like hearing a lot of the songs. But then there was like 3 or 4 songs that I heard, and I was like, "This is a fucking banger!"
He said, "Turn off the lights."
I'm saying like that. They were really good. It was really funny because I don't know. I don't. What I was gonna say is, it's really funny if you've seen the memes of everyone saying Fisher like
the Coachella.
Fisher touches the deck like twice, because the whole time he's just like dancing and jumping around, and he's like shaking Chris Lake around and shit. And I mean,
yeah.
Fisher shaking Chris Lake around, but that shit is hella funny, and it was a little bit true, but like, how could you? I feel no type of way about it. Like,
exactly.
How could
it
you
was
not
crazy.
be? How could you not be hype on the Coachella stage? I was like, I would be dancing around like that. So.
It was so dope.
They also had hella people standing behind them. I don't know. That's just like a cool thing about DJs. I like that about when they do that because, like Calvin Harris and like Kate Renata, they don't do that. But like, the house DJs or like those specific type of house DJs, they put all the people behind them. So that shit is dope.
Exactly. It was a really cool experience. My brother was, I think that was the act that he said.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the one that he couldn't miss.
Because we were just gonna go to Bad Bunny, so it was like he said that.
Yeah, we were obviously gonna go see Bad Bunny on the first day. How could we? There's no.
And that's why he was going mostly, but that was the other person that he said that he listened to when he goes to Vegas.
You guys had seen Bad Bunny before too. He had never got to see them. I remember him saying. But to the last person that we saw to close out the festival on the main stage was Skrillex, Fortet, and Fred again.
The replacements of
Frank
Oceans.
Yes, and they didn't announce that until
the day of, because it was TBA.
Literally until the day before, or like the day of, in the morning of, it just said TBA for the lineup, and I was like on the Reddit like looking, and like there were rumors of it, and I was like, oh, Fred again's gonna come. I was telling you Fred again was gonna come, but I thought he was just gonna like pop out or be like a special guest at the Lab or like something like that, you know what I mean? Because there's stages where they just put special guests, but they have a time slot. So that's where I thought he was going to be. And it ended up being the three of them to close the whole thing. And that was my favorite set that I saw of the festival. It was the perfect way to close it out.
That was crazy. Everybody was dancing. The thing that I hated was that we were so close to the stage for them to fucking pop up in the middle.
Literally.
I was like, what?
I was trying.
The one time that we got so close to the front, because I was. My brother doesn't really like pushing into the crowd, so we were always kind of in the back. But I really like just being in that shit.
Yeah.
So
that was the one.
That was the one that I told him that I was like, bro, I got to be in there. So if you want to stay out there, you can stay out there. And me and Eric, we pushed all the way in, and we were hella close, and they just walked by. I have videos of them hella close, but this is them walking by.
They're walking down a catwalk to go stand like in the middle of the crowd, which is really cool, but it's like, brr. And I cause hella people started running like over there like before, but I hate being that person.
You know? Yeah, when you know that it like.
Because you don't know.
I figured that they were gonna eventually come back, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like I just figured like in my head I'm just like, I worked hard to get to where I'm at. I'm gonna just like trust that I picked a good spot instead of just like everyone's making noise over here, so I just like just go herd over to where everyone else is at. That's why I didn't like running over.
But it was either way. It was so dope because everybody's just dancing everywhere. It doesn't matter what. The dope thing is that they're behind us and the screen is right here. So if I'm looking, I could be like dancing with you, but I'm looking at them and you're looking at them.
Yeah, exactly. Because on the screen they have it's a feed of a camera like just as close as this camera is to us, and it's them just on the table, so you can look and you can see like their faces, or from where we were standing we're turned around and you look at the stage and you see like their backs and they're dancing and shit, standing on top of the table. That shit was dope, and that's what I liked about it, because like you're saying, you can dance and you can face any direction.
Not like either way, when you just see a DJ, you can look wherever the fuck you want. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
But especially the way that they had this one set up, and with the lights, like the lights were coming off of all the pole, like they have hella poles like throughout where the crowd would be for speakers, so the music reaches all the way to like hella far back into the grounds. But for this last act, they had hella lasers coming off of all the poles, so lights were just shining everywhere, and they were coming off the main stage from behind
with the
us.
Strobes.
Yeah, so the visuals were really, really dope. It was I couldn't have asked for it better. We lost dancing. Fred again is just so fucking lit. He's like my favorite DJ. I love so many of his songs. I listen to so many of his songs. Like almost every day. He was dope. I was really excited to see him again. I was gonna try my best to see him like wherever he was gonna pop out, like, you know, as a special guest before they announced he was gonna headline it. So I was really happy that we got to see him.
Yeah, that was such a great way to end the festival. The bad thing is that you know that it's gonna end when you're at the last act.
That was the best part of it, because that was like the most excited, like the best, like my favorite act of the time that I was there. And then it's like, damn, we have to go back and pack up the camp and drive 20 hours home. It's like, fuck, I have to go back to reality. The after festival, like, clarity, that shit is the worst. If you've gone to a festival before, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. That shit is a devastating feeling.
That's why you got the videos, just to
exactly to
remember,
to flashback.
But it was definitely altogether amazing experience.
Yeah, we have a couple of awards, personal awards we're going to give out, but before, I just want to say that we give it a rating of 100. Like,
yes. You need to go to Coachella before you die.
There's no other way around it. Like, there's no excuse. It's not that expensive. Like,
you just got to figure it out.
You
can go.
It's worth the debt or like whatever.
If there's at least one person that you really like, go, because everybody else there is good.
The best part about why I enjoyed this year so much is because I went to so many people that I didn't know like a month before, until I started listening to a playlist. Until you made the playlist of all the people on the lineup.
I'd be cooking
up. But like you do be cooking up on the playlist, but to like only know like one or two songs, you know, and then to see them live, it's like so different. And like to know like one and just be like, yeah, fuck, I'm gonna go watch them for an hour. Like that shit is that's a crazy thing, and that's an experience you only get to do at a big festival like that.
And that's the best thing, that you don't even. So you pay that much money, and if you go see 3 people, you already paid it off.
Yeah. Imagine all the headliners who we just saw. Like, you could pay alone a ticket to go see Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny is $1,000.
You could pay one ticket to go see Bad Bunny in like the crack of the ass for that much, for the same price that you could for your all-in trip to Coachella, like per person. If you win it, we went in a group of 3, so it's split. But like, why would you, even if you have to go by yourself, like,
why would you not?
Why would you not? If like there's
hella people that are saying you can join my group.
Yes.
And I mean, I've never done it, but I believe it's 100% viable, because I've seen videos of people that they themselves do that.
Yeah.
It's them and like one friend, and they don't want to pay for everything, so they go on Reddit and then they say even on the Coachella post, people are like, it's just me and my friend, but we have money and we'll pitch in for it.
You know? Yeah, and people just DM them. Just for whatever reason, Coachella is just blessed with the good vibes. Everyone is like super like helpful and nice. Like all of our neighbors for camping are have been super nice the both times that we've gone. Like super helpful and chill. It's like nobody is a dick at the festival. Like if you bump into everyone, they're saying sorry. Like to get where you want in the crowd, all you just have to say is "excuse me," and people will let you go by. Like there's nobody. It's just good vibes. So that's why you gotta go. You just gotta go. It's 100. It's a must go. Like we were saying, we have came up with a couple categories that we want to shout out the artists that we enjoyed the most from each day. The first award, I guess, is the best visuals, like art, stage design, just like all of that. Who put the most effort into their the visual part of their performance. And for day one, I'm gonna give it to K Tronada, because I don't know, he like his DJ booth was like his head.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just the way that the outdoor stage was set up and
his visuals was honestly really
just the
dope.
way that he edited it and the colors were flashing along with the lasers and stuff. It was really dope. It was my favorite for that day.
Yeah, it was really hard to explain it, but it was definitely a lot of flowy visuals, so it was going well with the music.
Exactly.
It definitely was a good stage.
Mm-hmm. The next award is who had the best crowd, or who had the crowd into it the most. And I am going to give it to Dom Bresky, because that was just the set that I thought the people were like everyone who was there, everyone was dancing, and I think it was because it was one of the first sets of the whole festival, so just everyone was
on a good vibe.
Everyone was on the good vibes to dance. But
especially when you're walking in, because you're lit.
Especially on Friday. Friday, you're the most lit when you walk into the festival. And so yeah, that one was my favorite crowd. That everyone was dancing and having a good time. And the last award is who had the best overall performance. And for me, it is Metro Boomin and Friends. That shit was my one set that I, going into it, I said that I couldn't miss. It was the one I was most excited for, and it did not disappoint. Even though I had seen all those people before, they just did it. Exactly. They just killed it. So.
I mean, you hadn't seen Metro Boomin. Or we did see him. Never mind.
We actually did. We did see him with 21 Savage the first time at Coachella,
but he wasn't.
It wasn't like him. Yeah.
On the DJ set.
Exactly. So it was cool to see, like, his vision, because he had the like Morgan Freeman narration at the beginning and stuff, and he had the good transitions between all the cuts.
Exactly.
Because he plays.
I mean, he's a DJ.
Exactly, he's a DJ, so he was just playing all the different songs. So that shit was fire.
Now my awards for day one are, for the stage, it was definitely gonna have to be Dom Bresky. His stage was going crazy. I loved his visuals. It was really dope. Like, I had never seen those type of visuals before. It was simple, but it was really dope.
Yeah, and the way that they changed the Sahara stage made it a lot better as well.
It was his set was a lot of optical illusions.
Yeah, it definitely was.
It was dope. It had the little patterns, the checkered patterns, but it was in a cone, like the inside of
like a spiral.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
It was dope.
Yeah, he had a lot of just chirpy, like you were saying, optical illusions, and it was like a lot of bright colors, and
like you said, that it was dope to see the new Sahara tent. because
they added a lot of different screens.
It was different from last year.
Different design, yeah. It was really cool.
So that was my favorite stage. My favorite crowd was a tie between Metro Boomin and Bad Bunny. Both of those crowds were going crazy, I feel like. Or I don't know if it was just me going crazy. But it was so lit. I really enjoyed seeing Metro Boomin and, like you said, all the people that came out with him, and then Bad Bunny and all the people that came out with him.
Yeah, exactly. When they come out with a lot of special guests, that's a good sign that they're putting on a good performance.
Yeah, because they're doing something special, you know. It's dope.
Yeah,
you didn't pay for that, basically. Like, it's something that they just brought for their show.
Yeah.
And my best performance would have to be K Tronada, because that was my number one act that I couldn't miss, because everyone else, or not everyone else, but mostly the people that we had seen, I had seen them before, and that was the one act that I really had never seen, and I was looking so much forward to going to see.
Yeah, he was really good. He brought out good guests.
Yeah, and he brought out her and Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, and just like the way he was mixing it too, and yes. I don't know. I just like the way that he was.
It was
hyping
so
up the crowd
dope
too.
because he would just give you like a little bit, and then I don't know. I would notice what song it was coming, so I was already like jamming out in my head, expecting
like, no
for it to come out. Yes, I was like, bro.
That's the best part of DJs, like that's like when they're just like teasing in like just the most tiniest part of the song, and you're like, yo!
And then you're just waiting.
Exactly, just waiting for the full song to come in. It's beautiful.
It was dope, but that was a great day one.
Yeah.
And then now day 2, my favorite stage would have to be Eric Prydz. That was crazy. That show was amazing. How he had all the visuals, the hand going crazy. That one was my favorite one. It was a tie between that one and the laser one. But yeah, not much else to say. There's no much competition.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot before, because I mean, it was just that shit was crazy. It was really, really cool, and
I had never seen anything like that.
Yeah, and it's cool because even though he does that, like the hollow like show other places, like he's constantly updating like what he's putting like different visuals in there and stuff. So whenever you see it, it'll be like unique still.
Exactly. He's on almost like Pink Floyd. If you've ever gone to a show, those are the type of visuals that he be on. They be on, but a lot more. It's dope. You would have to know.
I would definitely have to see.
But my best crowd on day 2 would definitely have to be Kenny Beats. It was dope. Kenny Beats was crazy. The crowd was going ape. It was dope. My favorite performance would have to be Calvin Harris, because like we were talking about, it was dope to see him return, and the nostalgia of all the songs was dope.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, and he had really good visuals, and like the crowd was singing all the songs together, and like you just said, playing all the cuts. It was a really good way to close day 2. And my favorite stage was my favorite visuals was also Eric Prydz. So I'm not gonna say too much because we've talked about it so many times. My favorite crowd was also Kenny Beats.
It was just
Kenny Beats was just a really, really good performance. He played hella good songs, like all the songs to get the crowd moving, and there was moments where we were dancing for parts of it, and then we got to move up and we were jumping around in the mosh pit, and we ended up super close, like by the end, and
everybody was dancing.
That shit was hella dope.
It was so lit.
Really, really one of my favorites, honestly. One of my favorite sets that we saw.
I remember that set so vividly. It was a really nice set.
Yeah. Just that shit was fire. And I am gonna say that my favorite performance was Calvin Harris. I mean, we've said enough. Like, I remember when we would walk into the festival, they had all the past years, like posters and stuff, and he was a headliner like 2 or 3 different times, like 10 years ago type shit, like a really, really long time ago. So like you were saying, it was really cool to see him return and close out the main stage on day 2, because he did a really good job.
Exactly. I really enjoyed that one.
For day 3, the last day, for my favorite stage, the best crowd, and the best performance is gonna have to go to Skrillex, Fred Again, in Fortet. That it was so amazing. Like, to hear all the old, or like not all the old, but at the end they played like a mashup of all the old Skrillex songs, like hella full.
The YouTube intros.
Literally, like any copyright free music from like 2014 like to 2018, like you heard, and all the Fred Again songs, and like when the songs that Fortet played. All the songs he played made me laugh. He made me, that shit was.
He said, "So call me maybe."
And they played like a Ice Spice remix, and
Erik was going crazy for that one. You should have seen him throwing it back.
Damn, she in her mood.
Basically, Erik was in his mood on Mom.
And I think they did Party in the USA at the end, like right before they set off all the fireworks and stuff. But that was one of my favorite performances that I've seen. It was really cool to watch them walk out, and it was like dramatic, all the build up and everything, and then to see them wrap up and get to walk back like past us again. It was
dope.
It was my favorite set that I saw at Coachella. That shit was.
I saw myself in the video.
Oh, which video?
In the YouTube video.
In the like of
when
the
they're
set?
walking out.
Oh, that's fucking fire.
Yeah.
Well, if you saw you, then I'm literally like right
We're
next
like right
to
there.
That's damn. I was looking. I couldn't. I should have paused it or something.
Because the guy with the rice hat, he was in my video. He was like right beside me.
Oh, that's fire. That was dope. If you have any interest, you should go watch their set on YouTube. It's on Coachella's YouTube channel. It's like an hour and a half or something like that. But it's fire. If there's any set you can watch after the fact, I would recommend that one.
Yeah, that one's really dope. That one's a good one. And for my day 3, I'm also just gonna agree with Erik. It was all a washout, but I'm gonna give Fisher and Chris Lake an honorable mention because their set was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it. I did not know what to expect, and they gave me more than I expected. So
exactly,
it was an amazing show as well. A build up to go see.
It literally it was Fisher and Chris Lake were the set right before like literally the final big set before the Fred Again, Skrillex, and Fortet to close it. So they had to put on a big show as well to close out the outdoor stage. And they did a really good job.
Yeah. And then when we left that one, we were able to see a little bit of the Blink 182.
Oh yeah, we did.
finish.
We saw him we saw him do like 3 or 4 songs actually.
Yeah,
It was pretty cool.
dope.
Yeah.
Cause
I forgot
they're
that we
like
did that.
an iconic.
They are
band.
iconic. That was their reunion type shit was this year.
Oh wow.
They were like not together. They were broken
So that's
up.
dope.
Yeah.
And they sound like little kids.
They sound exactly the same. They came out with like a new album, I think, and it like they making like the same type of music, and apparently like it's like hella poppin' with like the same age group that they were making like when they were popping before, like but to the new kids like the same age like of this generation that were that age, like they're like hella fucking with it with the new Blink-182 album. That shit is crazy that like through different generations like their music like resonates so well with being a teen or whatever the
That's
fuck.
what happens when you make good music.
I know, that shit is wild.
But it's funny that they're still singing about like that shit.
Yeah. All the small things. Yeah, that's what it's the same type of shit like that. I haven't listened to any of it.
I'm saying it's funny.
Yeah.
People are pretty funny.
Which day would you say was your favorite out of the 3? Which one did you say you had the best experience?
It would definitely have to be day one, without a doubt. It's always day one. Day one's always. I mean, I don't know.
Overall, I think day one had the most like the most good or like the most acts that I was excited to see.
Exactly.
And like we were saying, you're always the most lit on day one going in, so it's always bound to be fun. I would have to agree. I'd have to say Friday was my favorite day.
Exactly. Like day one in Miami.
Exactly like day one in Miami. We don't have much more to say about Coachella. I mean, what more can we say that we haven't said already? We are going to go next year. We're going to try to keep up our streak.
Yeah.
Because the very first time, or 2 years ago when we went, like afterwards, our reaction was,
it's the best.
It's the best thing ever. I'm gonna tell everyone I know about it. I'm
bringing
everyone
I love.
We're getting 4 camping spots. Like I'm renting all the car. I don't care. I'm bringing everyone. It doesn't matter how they're getting here. Like I have to bring everyone I know to come experience this.
You gotta come do this shit.
They have to come down here, and that was really funny because we brought your brother this year.
Yeah, we brought my brother, and he was exactly the same. We drove down there, and he didn't know what to expect because he had only gone to some reggaeton festivals, but other festivals are not anything like Coachella.
Yeah.
So you go and then you experience it, and you just have such a good experience that you want someone else to have that experience as well. So you want to spread that joy, that Coachella joy.
Yeah, exactly. Like we had said a couple of times, even like it's the same festival the 2 years that we went, we're like on the complete opposite sides of the spectrum for our experience. But the good thing about Coachella is that the experience is unique for every single person that goes, especially since there's so many artists and like so many things that you can do. So this is just our experience, and that's why we recommend it so much, because like you can make it what you want, and if you take advantage of it, it's a really, really beautiful thing to experience.
And that's the good thing. If you're really organized with the people that you go with, you can just do whatever you want. You can say, I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna be here for these people, and you guys can come with me or not. Because I'm here. I didn't just do all this. I didn't pay all this money to not see the people that I want to see.
Exactly.
So I'm going to go see them. And if you just communicate that, you can go go have the best experience for yourself.
If you want the the influencer experience of Coachella, go weekend one. That's where you're gonna see all the celebrities, like YouTube, like whoever, and like the people who you see on social media getting posted that they're there. That's the weekend that they're there. But if you want to go, like, experience like the music and the art and more people that are there to just see the music instead of like pull up and take pictures and leave, basically, I would recommend weekend two. Because the first time we went weekend one, and I feel like they work out all the kinks, like they figure everything out, so it's gonna be smooth sailing before it gets to weekend two. And that's why like they replaced Frank Ocean and all that, and we would have had to deal with all that shit the first weekend.
Exactly.
And that would have been some bullshit. And we went weekend two and we didn't have to deal with that because they figured everything out. So I think that weekend two they put on better shows for the most part.
Definitely.
Do you have anything else to say? Any other thoughts?
I think you should just go and experience it for yourself and let us know how it is for you, because our experience was amazing, and like you said, we're gonna go again. And
we're always looking to make a big group. The more the merrier.
Exactly.
So if you want to go to Coachella, you're interested, we can make a group, like, because we always plan at the very like last minute and end up going with a small group. But if
we always make it work.
We always make it work, but you know, you can, if you put the effort and time into planning it out, you can go with a lot of people, and that's a fun experience as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted to say, that even if you go with a big group, you don't have to be with that group the whole entire time. You can go and do your own thing. Yeah, that's the good thing if you're really organized with the people that you go with and set up
meeting
places
and
stuff,
like that.
Because you're all at the festival, so you won't get lost.
Even though it's so big, like if you set like, and there's so many big like distinguishable markers. Yeah, okay, meet me right here. I'm gonna be standing right in this area at this time, or like after this artist, come over here. Exactly. And we did that a couple of times because we would just get split up for whatever, or we would, go do our separate thing for a minute.
The solo mission.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta go complete the solo mission every once in a while. Anything else?
Just thank you, Coachella.
Thank you, Coachella. We'll see you next year, 2024. No, honest, whoever the headliner is, I don't care. I'll be there.
I'll be there. Well, now back to Seattle.
Yep. We're going to go over some concerts coming up in our area like we do at the end of every episode. At the day of recording this is the 5th of June, so
hopefully we get it up.
Hopefully we get it out quick enough for some of these people I can actually look into getting a ticket for, but we'll see. The first person is A Boogie with a Hoodie, which is June 9th.
I don't really. I used to listen to his old songs, but not his new songs.
Yeah, but he had his time.
He had his time.
He definitely has some bangers, but yeah. I don't know who he's bringing with him. I don't know if he's bringing like anybody else good.
I don't think so.
The next person is Bryson Tiller, who is here June 13th and 14th, who has good music, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to go by my. I don't know. I don't really want.
Yeah, Bryson Tiller also he had his moment.
He definitely had his moment. I don't know. That's kind of like the concert to bring your girl to type shit, and I wouldn't want to just pull up, but to stand and get serenaded.
Exactly.
That's not the vibe I'm looking for.
I don't really listen to him that much, but anymore. He had some good songs. Mm-hmm. The next one is Logic with Travis Thompson.
Yeah, Travis Thompson. He's from.
I don't know who that is.
The reason I put him on there is because he's from Seattle.
Oh.
He's like the like chubby white kid.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
That's
the rapper.
Yes, the rapper. That's Travis Thompson.
That's dope. That he's on tour.
The whole tour. He's the opener for Logic for the whole tour.
That's hella funny.
That's why.
Give him props.
Exactly. That's why I had to put
in
it.
Seattle on the.
Exactly, going on a like a North American tour with Logic for I don't know if he came out with an album or whatever.
Probably not.
Whatever.
From all the.
Who cares? Just
even
still, like Logic sells out arenas or big venues. You know what I mean? I don't know. He could go to the Climate Pledge, don't you think? I don't know. Definitely the WAMU though.
Yeah.
He could get in the WAMU for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Hey, but Logic was cool. I listened to some songs.
The first couple people on this list, he had his time, and then he said, "Who can relate?" Woo!
I wanted to say that, but I didn't want to just keep on repeating. But you're right. He definitely did have his time. And on June 23rd, Erykah Badu will be here. She's
like a R&B.
Oh yeah.
Singer from
like the old.
Like the 2000s or 90s. I think late 90s, early 2000s.
Your mom probably listened to her.
Yeah, probably, honestly.
If you're from America.
Yeah, she was popular in the early 2000s. She was they still play her songs on the radio all the time. So she was definitely put on a good performance, I would imagine. And next, straight off Coachella, we're going right back on tour, like I said, because they dropped the new album. Blink-182 will be here the 25th and 27th of June. I mean, we saw them, so I'm not gonna go see them again.
And I don't really listen to.
Yeah, I don't really. That's not my type of rock that I would like. Yeah. That I really enjoy. I don't know.
You're right. Yeah. We just saw him.
We did just see him.
I can send you guys over if you guys want to see
all the small things.
They had a fireworks show. It was nice.
Yeah, they did have their own fireworks, even though they didn't close the stage, so it was pretty good. Next, there is a festival on the 4th of July.
Wait, because for a moment they said that Blink-182 was gonna close out the day 3. Remember? I don't know.
Oh, those were rumors. Yeah.
No, but Coachella posted it on their
that they were
Instagram.
Gonna move up.
They posted it on big letters. Blink-182. We can go and look.
That's crazy. I mean,
yeah. I was honestly kind of pressed about that, but
they were just gonna take over.
That it was just that they're just gonna move them up and like not do anything.
That they weren't gonna add someone. I agree. Like I was seeing those. I didn't see that post, but I definitely saw those rumors of that they were just gonna move them up to make it. And like, sure, it would have been cool if they had just announced them as it. Like if
I think they might have just done it so people knew, you know.
Yeah. It was more like they moved them up to a later. They were like hella earlier on weekend one, like in the middle of the day.
Because there was a lot of people there for them. Because as soon as they finished, a lot of people left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true. Nobody stayed or not nobody. I don't want to say that because it was hella packed for for Bad Bunny. Who was after Blink-182?
Skrillex, Fortet, and Fred again.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot that was.
It was one of the most.
All the days get.
It was all past the.
Yeah.
Past the tower. It was crazy. If you look at the video on YouTube, they got
on
the
the set?
aerials, the drone shots.
Yeah, and you can just see how big the festival ground is and how many people were there.
For that last set.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like that SpongeBob episode, if you've ever watched SpongeBob.
Where they're all surrounding his house,
Yeah.
the burger stand.
Yeah.
The Pretty Patty stand.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Sorry, I just had to say that.
No, it's okay. On the 4th of July, there is a EDM festival called 4th at the Mural. We're not gonna say all the people that'd be there, but LP Gobi and Chris Lorenzo, there are a couple of names to shout out. LP Gobi we saw at Coachella. She's a good DJ, and she plays the piano at the same time as being on the DJ deck.
She samples it and then puts it into the song.
Yeah, she's a good DJ. So, and Chris Lorenzo has good songs. He's always in my house mix on Spotify. So I would be definitely down to go see that one. And the last one we're going to talk about is another EDM festival in Seattle called Day Trip, and which I have my ticket to. I'm super excited to go. Chris Lake is the headliner closer, and Dom Bresky is also going to be there. And there's 6 other DJs that are also going to perform. It's a one day. Both of those are one day festivals.
But all day.
But yeah, it's like an all day thing. So it's basically, I don't want to compare it to a day of Coachella, but it's comparable to a day of a festival. That's what it would feel like. But yeah, it should be dope. It's all EDM, or I think all specifically house, or house
type.
House type shit. So those would be fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can go to that one.
Yeah, we're trying to get you to pull up.
Yeah, my brother's gonna go.
Yeah, the bad thing about EDM festivals is they try to make it for
21
and older. But
I'm almost there.
You're almost there.
But it is what it is.
That's life.
That's life. And yeah, that was
episode 4, and I don't.
Basically.
What else? We talked for a long time. I feel like this one's gonna be pretty long, which is hopefully a good thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed.
We had to give you a little bit more since we've made you wait a little longer.
Yeah, definitely. I hope that you enjoyed our us talking about our experience at Coachella. We have a lot of topics and other things lined up to talk about, but we wanted to just dedicate our whole episode to Coachella because it's such a big
we didn't even know how we were gonna do it, honestly.
Yeah,
but
we just ended up having a lot to say about the festival because we feel so strongly about how amazing that shit is.
Yeah, and it's hard to compare the festival to the concerts that we be going to.
That is true. We were trying to we were really racking our brain to figure out how we wanted to give it a rating, but we kind of figured out that it didn't really matter because we were gonna give it 100 either way. So that's why we came up with our awards, our special shout-outs for each day, so we can at least,
give some people some props.
Yeah, give some sort of input on a couple individuals.
Yeah, just thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Hopefully
the next one isn't as long.
You come back to.
Yeah, if you come back, if you're watching this and you've watched one of our other ones, we appreciate you.
If this is the first one you watch some other one.
We have 3 other episodes chilling, just waiting there to be watched.
The first one is the worst one, we're not gonna lie.
We're not gonna lie. I can't recommend that you watch that one.
Yeah, we were stuttering half of the episode.
Yeah, but
if you want to get a good laugh.
If you want to get a good laugh, we have.
But it's still some good content.
We talk about good topics in there.
You could see the come up.
I think it's worth checking out. You can see how it's gotten better and better each time.
And how we're gonna get better with the next one, so you can come back.
And hopefully it'll be a little quicker. And I'm not gonna tell you when it's gonna come out, but there will be a next one.
There will be a next one. Let us know if you guys want something. Want to see us do something?
Yeah.
Or want to see us talk about
Leave
something?
a comment if you like. If you have any input, we read them all because there's not very many, but we appreciate all from anyone who's given us feedback. We really appreciate it because a lot of our friends has told us in person like just how they feel. Yeah. So we want your feedback on how we can make it better and improve. So
if you made it to the end, what should they comment?
Just comment Coachella 2024.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about the title would say 2023 Coachella something. So people would be really confused if they're just clicking on it. So if you made it to the end, Coachella 2024. Yeah. Type it in the comments.
We'll know that you're a loyal.
And if you enjoyed, click subscribe. We have like 11. I don't know if we gained any subscribers, but we appreciate all 11.
Probably not, since we haven't dropped the episode.
Yeah, since we've been fucking lacking, but
maybe now.
Yeah, hopefully. Smash subscribe.
Hit a like and share. Do it all.
Do it all.
We have TikTok and
Instagram at PitCrew Podcast, all one word.
Yeah. There's nothing on there because Erik doesn't post it.
No, but I'm figuring out how to make clips, so I'm gonna actually have clips to post for real
for you guys
to watch. So
to tease you. Hey yo. But thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Peace.
Peace.